Solomon's temple was not just a building. Every single measurement was a mathematical code that actually unlocks the structure of reality itself, and mystery schools have been decoding it for 3,000 years. The temple was 60 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. These are not random numbers. They encode the fundamental ratios of sacred geometry. The 60 to 20 to 30 ratio creates a 3 to 1 to 1.5 proportion that appears throughout nature in crystal formations and in the human body. Kabbalists recognize this immediately as the physical manifestation of divine order. But here's where it gets insane. The Holy of Holies, the inner sanctum where the Ark of the Covenant sat, was a perfect cube. 20 cubits by 20 cubits by 20 cubits. And a cube represents in the material world in its most stable, perfected form. 6 faces, 8 corners, 12 edges. And there's your sacred numbers appearing in three-dimensional space. Even the Rosicrucians taught that this cube represents Malkuth, the lowest Sephir on the Tree of Life, the physical world brought into perfect divine alignment. Now for the famous 2 pillars at the entrance, Yakin and Boaz. Yakin on the right means he establishes. Boaz on the left means in strength, right and left, masculine and feminine, active and passive. The Kabbalists map these directly onto the Tree of Life's 2 outer pillars, the pillar of mercy on the right and the pillar of severity on the left. Between them is the invisible middle pillar of balance where the initiate walks. Freemasonry adopted these same 2 pillars in their lodge entrances. You can see them carved on Masonic buildings worldwide as public symbols of their connection to the temple's geometry. You're actually entering between the polarities into sacred balanced space. The pillars were 18 cubits high with capitals adding 5 more cubits, 23 total. Now 23 is a prime number that cannot be divided, representing the indivisible unity of divine consciousness manifesting through duality. Each capital was decorated with 200 pomegranates arranged in a network pattern. Why pomegranates, you might ask? Well, that's because they contain exactly 613 seeds on average, the same number as the mitzvot, the commandments in Jewish law. The temple's decoration literally encoded the law into its architecture. And if you thought that's crazy, you're not going to believe this. The entrance faced east toward the rising sun, the dawn of illumination. The Golden Dawn named their first temple Isis Urania and ordered it the exact same way. The light entering the temple at dawn would travel 60 cubits through the holy place directly into the Holy of Holies, illuminating the cube at the center. That's a path of divine light descending from Keter through the middle to Malkuth. And the temple is a 3-dimensional map of the Tree of Life that you physically walk through. But to me, this was the craziest detail that nobody actually talks about, and that's the Sea of Bronze outside the temple. A massive circular basin held by 12 oxen facing outward in groups of 3 toward the 4 cardinal directions. 12 oxen, 4 directions, held in a circle. You got the zodiac, the elements, and the eternal cycle all represented in one ritual washing basin. The circle's diameter was 10 cubits, and its circumference was 30. That's a pi ratio